Hi guys! Today we are going to be shopping my stash and refreshing my everyday makeup drawers for the next month. I love filming these videos because it gives me a chance to rotate through my entire makeup collection, pick out products that I'm really in the mood to use right now, things that I love wearing in the fall and spooky season, so that's what we're going to do today. I wanted to update you guys because I mentioned in my last everyday makeup drawer video that I wanted to do some kind of daily makeup challenge in October, where I just try to wear makeup every day of the month because I just felt like I'd gotten out of the habit of wearing makeup, and I love sitting down to do my makeup every day. It's one of my favorite parts of the day, and I just wanted to get back into using my makeup more. So I wanted to say I actually have been mostly successful. There has been one day in October so far that I didn't wear makeup, but I've worn makeup every other day of the month. And there have been a couple of days that I've done 2 looks in one day. I've definitely done, see, I'm filming this on October 21st, and I've definitely done more than 21 looks so far in October, so I would say I am crushing my goal so far. It's been really fun. Just a great way to get me back into using my makeup, and as a result, I actually have an empty to share with you, as well as a new pan, which you might have already seen if you keep up with my community tab here on YouTube. But I've just been making some good progress working through some products, which is really exciting, and that's another thing I like to use these everyday makeup drawer videos for, is just picking out products that I want to try and use up or just make progress on. This is a good way for me to focus on certain products that I want to use up. So let's first start by taking a look at what I've been using in my everyday makeup drawers for the past month. I'll share some looks I've created. Okay, so in this drawer, I feel like I've been using the crap out of these things. I guess that's what happens when you wear makeup every day. I've actually been mostly working exclusively out of my everyday makeup drawers, not really reaching into the rest of my collection for the most part, which is kind of nice because I feel like I'm really able to get to know these products well or reacquaint myself with these things. This foundation, the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation, love this. I have been using this almost every single day. This has just been a great everyday foundation. It's very natural looking, a little bit dewy, but nothing over the top, and I feel like it just wears really well on my skin throughout the day. It doesn't get like dry and crusty looking after, 8 hours or so. I will go ahead and put this away though because I feel like I've used it quite a bit. There's a few things in here that I'm not really going to talk about because they're things that are new to me that I'm testing. Those will be coming in my tier list video, which I know I've been teasing for the past like 2 months. I'm so sorry. It takes me a long time to feel like I'm ready to review something. We had like the Jones Road What the Foundation, the Say Glowy Super Gel, the Milk Grip and Glow Primer. Those things we'll talk about at a later time. In this video, I really want to focus on the shop my stash items. So moving along, another thing I've been using pretty much daily is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. I do feel like my thoughts on this have changed. This used to be like my favorite concealer, and maybe this is just as like my under eyes, my fine lines have gotten a little bit more apparent. I do feel like this just looks a little bit heavy on my under eyes in a way that the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer does not. And I only use a very small amount, which I do with any concealer, but I still kind of feel like it can just, as the day goes on, my under eyes just look a little bit more dry and crepey than I know they would with the NYX concealer. But I actually feel like I used quite a bit of this throughout the last month, and it's still something that I would like to use up. I still like it. It's still perfectly good, but just as I've been using it daily this month, I have kind of noticed, I don't love this as much as I used to. I actually feel like because the Urban Decay concealer was looking a little bit heavy on my under eyes, I wasn't really reaching for my NYX Pro Fix Stick, the corrector, very much. I was pretty much just doing concealer and no corrector for the past month. So because of that, I think I will go ahead and leave my NYX Pro Fix Stick in here because I didn't use it a whole lot through the past month, even though I love it. I want to give myself some more time to use this. Making some really good progress on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I went to use this today and I was like, wow, there's really not much left in here. It's kind of just around the edges. So this I'm gonna leave in here and just keep using it, and maybe I'll have this empty by my next everyday makeup drawer video. That would be awesome. I do feel like primer is the one step that if I'm in a hurry, I skip because it's just not an essential step to me, but if I'm taking my time getting ready, I pretty much always use this. So that's it from that section. So then here we have some of my cream cheek products. I had in here the Lawless Pinch My Cheeks Cream Blush in Angel. This is a beautiful blush. I really enjoy this formula. This actually is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today, if you saw in the intro. that's what I had on my cheeks. Just a really beautiful rosy nude color, just the kind of shade that goes with pretty much any look. I'm definitely seeing a lot more like use in this than I did when I put it in the drawer a month ago. So I will go ahead and put this away because I definitely used that quite a bit. One thing I want to leave in is the NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Nude Tude. I adore this blush, and this is another doe foot blush that blends really well even if you go straight onto your cheek with this. So I'll usually just kind of like dot it around on my cheek like that, kind of, you know, just get it on there and then blend it out with a brush. And it is just the most beautiful, spicy fall color. I love it. I love it this time of year. So this I'm going to keep in just because this is like the prime time to be using this. I just can't get over how pretty that is. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, I have this in the shade One Fair. I mostly used this as a liquid highlighter. Really pretty, really subtle. I'm gonna put this away. I might end up putting it right back in the drawer when we go through my collection, but for now I'll put it away because I know this has been in here for the past 2 rotations. The Oma Contour and Highlight Stick in White Pearl. I do have some good progress on this. Look at how teeny tiny that little nub is now. It has really gone down. So I've been really enjoying this. It is a beautiful contour, a great tone as well. I'm gonna leave this in because I do want to try and finish this by the end of the year, and we only have 2 months, a little bit over 2 months of the year. I've also been using the cream highlight. I'm actually wearing this today. I've just been kind of picking it up on my finger and tapping it on because it's a really balmy formula, especially the highlight side. This is how much I have left of that, so I don't know if I'll be able to finish this side this year, but I could probably come pretty close. So this is going to stay in the drawer for another month, just because I am really enjoying that. And it's really old, so I better use it. The Jones Road Powder, this is another thing for the tier list video, so stay tuned for that. But these are the 2 powders that I've had in the Shop My Stash rotation. Another one that I've made a ton of progress on is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. I'm gonna have to repress this pretty soon. Probably in my next chore day vlog will do that. But this has been going swimmingly. I've basically only been able to use like one of my smaller brushes in this, and then I just use that all over my face. Then also my favorite e.l.f. Halo Glow in light pink, which I use on my under eyes. Love this stuff. I'm gonna keep the CoverGirl powder in because, again, since we're nearing the end of the year, I want to have some good empties at the end of the year, so I'm gonna leave this in, but I will take out the e.l.f. reluctantly because I would love to just keep using this every day, but I have some other powders that also need some love. The Milani Baked Blush in Berry Amore. This is another really pretty, like bronzy rose blush, another great one for fall. I also used this one. I feel like I got a chance to use everything quite a bit, which has been great. So sometimes I come back for the recap and like there's some things I didn't even get a chance to use, but it's not the case this time. I will put this one away though, but I really did enjoy this. I do feel like this one's a little bit less intensely glowy than Luminoso. And then this is another thing that I have an exciting update on, which you might have already seen because I posted about it on my community tab the day it happened. So I was just way too excited to wait to show you, but I did finally hit pan on my Aether Beauty Crushed Diamond Highlighter in Pink Diamond Dust. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And I will say that using this as an eyeshadow definitely helped me hit pan. I will say that. Probably would have taken me a lot longer otherwise. Then I have the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Into Sun. I love this bronzer. I definitely used the Oma more often. Sometimes I'll use them both, but sometimes I feel like that's just like overkill. So I think I'm gonna actually leave this in for another rotation, just 'cause I want to use it some more and maybe even try to hit pan on this by the end of the year. And over here we have my setting sprays. Urban Decay All Nighter. I think this is going to be an empty by my next everyday makeup drawer video. Because like, listen to this. Yeah, there's like nothing in there. And it's been kind of like sputtering a little bit. So I think this is nearing the end, which will be another exciting empty for the year. So I'm just going to leave this in the drawer for another rotation till it's done. And then actually same thing with the JLo Glow and Get It Hydrating Mist. I'm going to leave this in as well because I'm also trying to use this up. I think I am now more than halfway through. This is a very small bottle, so just another thing I'm trying to use up. And then this milk one will be in my tier list video because that's a new product. Alright, then in this next drawer I have some single shadows. All three of these I carried over from my previous Shop My Stash because I just hadn't used them very much the first time. I did use all three of these throughout the last month, so I will go ahead and rotate these out. But ColourPop, a little quirky. I love this. I'm not sure if I got a picture wearing this, but I did wear this as a one and done shadow to work one day. And it's just great for that. Like, that's what I love this shadow for. The Ulta Beauty Lustrous Foil Eyeshadow in Rose Gold Leaf. This is, I think like the fact that this is so flaky, it like deters me from using it. But because it's like a really, really flaky, almost like a loose pigment that's pressed into the pot, you know what I mean? And I keep this little plastic piece just to kind of keep it pressed down in there. It's kind of messy and like a little bit of a pain, but it's beautiful. Like, here, I'll swatch it for you. I used this, I think I used this as a topper with a look I did with the Urban Decay Naked palette. And it is a gorgeous topper. Little goes a long way, but it gives this really, really pretty wet look. So beautiful. And then the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Shadow in Rose Gold. This is really pretty also as a one and done shadow. I wore it that way all over my lid, and then I used the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in Copper Chic as kind of like a smudgy liner. Really easy, quick combo. So all of these I will go ahead and put away. I'll also put away my What's Up Beauty duo in Latitude. This is gorgeous. I have really fallen in love with this duo. It's just a great, really quick look. You just throw this in the crease and this on the lid. So that's what those two shades look like. Yeah, you can see that shimmer. It's really, really shiny. Another thing I'm really excited to share, I did use up my BK Beauty lip liner in Warm Spice. It is empty. I did use this on the lips a few times, but I also used it a bunch as blush, and I surprisingly loved this as blush. I actually like this color more as a blush than I do as a lip color. It's kind of similar to that NYX Sweet Cheeks blush in Nude Tude. Very similar kind of spicy color. See if I can get anything out of here just to show you. Yeah, so that's what the color looks like, and I wore it as blush a ton, basically like every day until it was finished. So really excited to be able to move this out. And yeah, if you have any lip liners that you maybe don't love on your lips, you can use them up really quickly as blush. I also wore quite a few times, I actually have it on right now, the e.l.f. Eau Face Satin Lipstick in No Doubt. Kind of a weird swatch, but that's what the color looks like. It's just a nice warm nude brown. I really like it in the fall. So that's been great. I will put that away though, since I used it quite a few times. I also used my Estate lipstick in Pina a bunch, but I think I will leave this in just because this is like the time of year that I like wearing this. So I'll go ahead and keep this in for the next few weeks because I've just really been enjoying it. It's a really fun kind of vampy, this is like definitely my most vampy lip color. I know it's not even like that dark, but yeah, just a nice plummy color. Kopari Lip Glossy in Birthday Suit. I'm trying to use this up. I kind of alternate between this one and Sunset Kiss. Those I'm trying to use both up, so I've just been kind of going back and forth. Sometimes I'll keep one in my purse and one up here, but this one is up here for now, so that'll stay in here. The Sachu, this is the Sachu Lip Liner Stain, another thing that'll be in my review roundup video. The Jones Road Lip Pencil in Mauve. I love this so much. I'll go ahead and take this out, even though I would love to keep it in here, but I have some other lip liners that I want to rotate in. This is another thing that'll be in my tier list video, and then this is basically empty. I'm kind of keeping it here just because I do want to take the stopper out, and we'll probably do that in my next chore day vlog as well. So I'm just kind of, I can't really get anything else out of here, but there is a little bit, you can see like in the bottom and up top. So I'll take the stopper out and remove everything. I didn't even say what this is. It's the Minori Lip Gloss in Cozy. For foundation, I think I'm going to pick my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation because looking at all of these, I feel like it's been the longest since I've had this in my everyday makeup drawer. Just a great everyday foundation. It's medium coverage, so it's good for really any kind of occasion. Trying to decide if I want another foundation. I think I will, in case there's a day I want something lighter coverage. Also gonna add in my CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. This one is like probably the lightest coverage foundation I own. Just really more of a skin tint. This way I'll have a medium coverage and a sheer coverage option. I'm actually not gonna pick another primer because I really just wanna focus on the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. So let's move on to concealer. I've really been missing using my NYX Bare With Me concealer, so I think I'm gonna put this one in. This one also goes so well with that NYX Pro Fix Stick that's already in the drawer, so yeah, I can't wait to get back to using this. So I've got the CoverGirl pressed powder already. For my loose powder, I'm gonna grab this one. I used this in my video on products I've been neglecting. I don't know why, but I just have not been reaching for this. I think just because I've been using other things, but I want to change that this month. So let's have this be my go-to loose powder. I actually do want to grab one more setting spray for when that Urban Decay one runs out, because I really do think it'll be gone within like 2 more uses. So I think I want to do this one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Love this. I've really missed it. Just because I've been focusing on other things. So once I finish the Urban Decay one, this will be the next one I use. This one is great for prolonging the wear of your makeup and also just adding a beautiful glow. So I'm actually not going to pick out any more bronzers because we have the Oma contour stick and the Fenty bronzer already in there. So let's just jump right into cream blush, my favorite. Let's see. Oh, this doesn't go here. What is this doing over here? You go there. Okay, that's better. I thought this side was seeming like extra stuffed. I've been on such a roll with hitting pan on things that I want to go back to my Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in Nude Kiss, which is another thing that I've had in like past project pans, and then this year I've just been continuously trying to pan it, and there's a huge dip in here, so maybe this will be the month that I finally hit pan, but this will be a nice, more rosy option to have in addition to that NYX Sweet Cheeks blush. I'll add that in, and then I think that should be good for cream blush. Then for powder, this is another one I want to roll in, the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer. I keep this with my blushes because I use it more as a blush. This is the shade Buttercup, and in some lighting, it looks rosy. I feel like right now it doesn't, but on my cheeks, it's just like the perfect kind of bronzy blush color. So I also think that's a nice one for fall, kind of like a toasty, warm shade. And then I want to pick one more powder blush. I think I want to do this one. This is the shade Sandy from Jones Road. Yeah, really love this shade. So pretty. It's actually coming across more cool toned on camera than it is in person. In person, it's really like a neutral, rosy shade. For some reason on camera, it's looking kind of like a more of a cool mauve. But anyway, I love how small this is too. Just so fun to hold. So then for highlighter, let's roll in my Nabla Skin Glazing in Privilege, just because I feel like it's been a while since this has been part of my everyday makeup drawer, and I love this highlighter. It's so pretty. Really pretty, like peachy golden shade. And I think that will be my sole powder highlight, and then I'll also have that Oma contour stick, which is more of like a rosy shade, so that'll be perfect. Okay, now for lips, starting with my lip liners. This is one that I have been wanting to roll in for the fall. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Lip Liner in Brandy Wine. It's like really long. Here, I swatched it on this hand, but you can see kind of similar to that BK Beauty lip liner that I just panned. Just a nice, warm, spicy brown. Usually I blend it out so it's a little bit softer than this, but that's the color like fully built up. Then for something a little bit lighter, let's do an old favorite. This is Kokie Nude. I swatched it there on the bottom, so you can see the Kokie is just like a softer brown. So this way I'll have like 2 brown options. So looking at my lip glosses, I think I have to roll in the Say lip oil in the shade Push. It's a nice, it's really pretty brown shade. I think this is just so beautiful for fall. I went ahead and swatched it there. A really true brown color. Like I feel like that color is kind of rare to find in a lip oil. So that I think is perfect for fall. And then for something a little bit lighter, I think I'm gonna do the Rimmel Stay Glossy. This was also in my neglected makeup video, and this is my next oldest doe foot lip gloss. So this is the next one that I wanna try to use up. Probably won't happen this year because it is almost completely full, but there's what that one looks like. Just a good go-to nude gloss. Okay, for a nude lipstick, I want to grab another kind of like nudie brown color. This one is really pretty. It's from Estate Cosmetics, and it's the shade Fluffy. Nice really light brown nude, a little bit lighter than e.l.f. No Doubt that I just rolled out. But this, yeah, I swatched it there above the lip liners. Really hydrating formula, as you can see there. Very comfortable, kind of feels more like a tinted balm. And I love a light nude like this. It's like, it's not quite concealer lips on me, but just like a step up from that. I think that would be really pretty paired with the Kokie, really either of those lip liners, but especially the Kokie nude one. For like a fun, bold color, let's add this one in. I'm not sure how much I'll use this, but I will try. This is the Supergoop like sunscreen lipstick in the shade High Five. Kind of a muted berry shade. I feel like next to these browns, it's looking like really pink, but by itself, I don't think it's quite so pink. I also want a tinted balm. I'm gonna do this one. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Happy. I think this is a pretty one for fall. So there's that one all the way at the bottom. I think that is going to be plenty of lip products to choose from. Yeah, really liking this selection. Actually, on second thought, I think I'm gonna put the Supergoop one back just because I'm looking at it and I'm just not feeling inspired by that color. And I think I already have one bold lipstick in the drawer already, the Estate Pina one. And I think that's enough. I think I don't know, I think I'm gonna be overwhelmed if I have too many colors in there, so yeah. But everything else can definitely stay. Okay, last drawer. I have actually moved my single potted and cream shadows down into this drawer for now. I'm probably going to change it again because you guys know me, I'm constantly changing up my makeup organization. But for now, this is where my single shadows are living. And let's see, what do I want to grab? This is always one of my favorite categories. Let's grab a stick. This is Pony from Hard Candy. It's a taupe, but it has a lot of purple to it. Really fun. I think I'll probably end up using this mostly as an eyeliner, but I might wear it as like a one and done look as well. Here's another one I haven't rolled in a while. It's the Surratt Souffle eyeshadow in Gris Dew. There's that. It's more of like an olive leaning taupe. Really fun, and another great one and done shade. And then actually for a fun pop of color, I'm gonna pull in this liquid shadow. This is from Hard Candy and it's their Eye Def metallic shadow. I don't know the shade name because it's not on there, but it's this really pretty purple shade. And I actually think of purple as a Halloween color, so I might end up using this as like a topper. I think that would be really fun. Okay, next let's take a look at my palette basket. So these are the palettes that I've had in here for the past like month. There's a couple newcomers here, and yeah. So let's go through this, decide what I want to keep in for another rotation and what I want to take out. I will go ahead and take out my Urban Decay Naked palette. I actually did a 1 week 1 palette with this. If you're interested, I'll link that below, but definitely got a lot of use out of this. So that we can put away. Really been having fun with this though. Sigma Cool Neutrals is another one I think has been in here for 2 rotations now, so I will go ahead and put this one away as well, but this is a beautiful palette. This is my little magnetic singles palette. I actually did do a look using all of these shades in my video about my favorite brushes. I'll pop a picture of that look on the screen here, but this was a beautiful, but as I always do, I will be curating a new singles palette, so I'll set that aside. Ace Beauté Flora, I actually am wearing today. This is a really fun one. I think it has a lot of great like fall leaf colors, but I will put that one away. The Alter Ego Daylight palette, this is another one I've been testing. I will put this one away as well. Really impressed though with this. I actually like it a little bit better than I Need a Nude, which is what it's a dupe for. I think I Need a Nude was also in here, but I swapped it out for this one. I'll put this one away because it's been in here for a while. This one I added in, and I am going to keep this in throughout the next month. This is the Nomad Ghost Town USA palette. Obviously had to put this one in for spooky season, so this one I'll just go ahead and keep in, but I love this palette. You can see like how much I've used it. So pretty. I will put away my Nomad Ireland palette. I ended up using this one in a palette bingo that I did in a Get Ready With Me for my patrons and channel members. Really fun, yeah. But I'll put that one away because I feel like this is more of like an early fall palette in my mind. I'm gonna put this one away too. This is the Nomad Fuji 5 Lakes palette. The shimmers in here crease really badly on me, and so this is probably going to be something that I end up decluttering, which is really sad because usually I love Nomad's formula, but something about the shimmers in here, they're almost too creamy. But yeah, we'll move that one out so I can make room for something else. I will keep this one in. This is their newest release. This is the Chicago Speakeasy palette. really fun. This is a great fall color story too. So I'll keep that one in along with Ghost Town. Also gonna keep this one in. This is the Alter Ego Mist Haven palette. This one is meant to dupe a Huda Beauty palette. I don't remember the name of that one off the top of my head, but I have been really enjoying this one too. A lot of great fall tones in here. So keep that one in. ABH Sultry, I did use this one a couple of times. I'm gonna move this one out for now. I'll probably roll it back in November, but I wanna make room for, I just wanna kind of start fresh here. I'm also gonna take out the What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette. I've been loving this, but once again, I just wanna make room for some other stuff because it's been in here for a while. And then last one here, ColourPop Sweet as Can Be. Torn on whether I wanna leave this in. I think I will leave this one in just because I want to use it more. I used it once or twice, but this really does have some beautiful fall shades in it, and I just want to use it a few more times. So these 4 will be staying in. So here are all the rest of my palettes. Another thing for my neglected makeup video, that really got me in the mood to use my Flower Lights palettes. I'm just going to pick one. It's going to be Desert Lights, my favorite. Yeah, I just love these tones. Really want to make an effort to use this. Another one that I think is great for fall is the Sigma Angela Bright palette. This one even has a shade called Autumn, this one right here. So yeah. Ooh, yeah, I'm excited to use this. I think last time I said I was going to put this one in for October, the New Zealand Stargazing palette from Nomad. Let me see if I'm still feeling this one. Feel like I'm not really feeling that one. What about, this is another one that I think is really pretty for fall, especially this side of it, the Nomad Verona palette. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna roll this one in. I know I already have 2 Nomad palettes in there, but that's okay. Yeah, so this has 2 sides to it. The red, which I actually think you could do some fun Halloween looks with these reds too. This side has a lot of really fun, like dark and stormy shades. I actually think I'm gonna put Sultry back in. I know it was just in there and we took it out, but I feel like I just need one more like solid neutral palette in here, and this one is perfect. So I think I'll go ahead and stop there for picking palettes. It's only 8. Usually I do 9 or 10, but I kind of feel like this is a good number. Like this feels like a well-rounded selection, and it's enough that I can really be sure to use all of them. So those will be my palettes. Now let's put together a singles palette. Okay, this part is always really fun for me. So let's put together a singles palette. I'm gonna take these out and put some new ones in. So this one goes here, and then this is just kind of a mumbo jumbo of all kinds of different, mostly depotted shades. I'm gonna put these back. One that my eye is immediately drawn to is this one. This is from Sydney Grace. It is the shade Crescent Moon, just a nice gray taupe, really cool tone. I might go for something kind of cool toned. We'll see. This is a shade from the Shared Planet Polar Bear palette. Just a really, like kind of a really sparkly gunmetal shade. Not really sure where I'm going with this. Just gonna kind of see what I pick, see what goes together. I also want to add, let's see, like I was saying before, I feel like purple is a very Halloween-y color. So I'm gonna add this one. This is the shade Earthshine from ColourPop. Kind of a blurple. It's like a purple with a blue shift. Speaking of ColourPop, I think this one also goes really nicely with the shades that we have picked out so far. This is the shade Snake Eyes. This is such a beautiful shade. Let's do this navy color. This is the shade Bay from the BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint Tropez. Nice like denim navy color. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this selection so far. Do I want... Ooh, I think I do want to add in one of my clarity shades. This is the shade Smoking Mirrors. It's like a gray to gold duochrome. Really fun. Does that fit? Yes, it does. Good. What else can we put in here? Okay, I have room for one smaller pan here. I'm trying to decide. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put this one back in. This was in the last one, but I think it just goes so well with what I already have in here. This is the shade Cabana from the BH Summer in Saint Tropez palette. Just a nice plummy purple. I think that rounds it out perfectly. That way we have three mattes and 4 shimmers. think that's perfect. So there we have it. That's fun. Actually not all that different from the last one, but a little bit more spooky. I like it. So with that, I'm going to create my Tiny Decisions wheel of palettes. This is an app called Tiny Decisions. I talked about this in the last Everyday Makeup Drawer as well, but you can see I had one here for my September palettes. And this is just a fun way to, if I'm ever having a day where I just can't decide what palette to use, I'll let this decide for me. It's just a fun way to randomize my palettes. And I also put the singles palette in there, so let me do that, and then we'll do a get ready with me using one of the randomly selected palettes. All right, let's put on some makeup. So I'm just going in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to start. I am like about to hit side pan over here. I think this is gonna be done probably by the time I do my next Everyday Makeup Drawer. I've been on a roll lately with using up makeup. So of these two foundations, I kind of want to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh today because I feel like it's been longer since I used this one. I've missed using this concealer so much. And I'm kind of in the mood for an all powder look today, so I'm not going to do any cream cheek products. I'm just going to go straight in with my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder. And I think I'm actually going to use this all over my face today. Usually I'll do a loose powder on the under eyes and a pressed powder on the face, but I just want to try this powder by itself. For bronzer, I'm using my Fenty. For blush, I'm going to use the Jones Road blush in Sandy. I think, since I don't know what I'm doing on my eyes yet, I think this will be a good choice because it's one of those colors that kind of goes with any look. I have to say, I'm not loving the way my base is looking right now. I don't know if it's this foundation, if it's the combination of this foundation with the e.l.f. primer, or if I'm just like not having a good skin day. Maybe it's a combination of things, but I just feel like everything looks kind of dull and like my products aren't blending the best. Like they're just kind of going on splotchy. But I know for sure, like the Fenty bronzer usually doesn't do that, but I just felt like it blended in kind of a splotchy way. Like it looks okay now, but it's just not, I don't know, there's just something with this base is not working well. So anyway, I will keep experimenting. It's almost like as I'm applying my cheek products, the foundation is lifting up. So anyway, I guess I'll just keep experimenting with these products, but I don't know. And for my highlight, I'm using the Nabla Skin Glazing in Privilege. It's another thing I've really missed using. Ooh, that's pretty. Just going in with some NYX brow glue. I did sadly have to retire my Ardell brow glue because yesterday I dropped the wand on the floor and the brush definitely came in contact with the floor, and I was like, you know what, at this point it's contaminated. I can't use it. I can't use it anymore. So it was already past its shelf life anyway. I think it said it had a 6-month shelf life, and I've definitely been using it for like almost a year. So it was time to retire that one. I really miss it. I don't like the NYX brow glue quite as much. Priming my eyelids with some Milani eyeshadow primer, and then just filling in my brows a little bit with my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. Okay, let's pick a palette to use now. This is always so fun. Yay! Okay, we got ABH Sultry. That is a great choice. Kind of want to use the shade Ember today, this sort of olive taupe. That one, of all the shimmers in here, I think is the one I use the least. I'm going to start out my crease, though, with the shade Twig. I think next year I really want to try to hit pan, because I've had this palette entirely too long to have not hit any pans. I definitely have some dips in the shades, but I definitely think ABH eyeshadows are some of the easier ones to hit pan in, especially their shimmers. Alright, so I think I'm going to have Ember be my main lid shade. So I'm just going to pack it all over the lid. And then I think I'll take some of the gold Steampunk. Let me see, is this going to be, I wonder, I'm actually not sure if this shade is light enough for the inner corner. So I'm actually, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to take that all the way around the inner corner. It's definitely not too dark. Like, the base of the shade isn't too dark for this. It's a little darker than what I usually put there, but I think that works. I'm also just kind of blending that onto the inner, like, quarter of my lid. And I'm taking a little bit more of Twig and smudging that on my lower lash line. Then I always like to take some of Fresh on the brow bone and just to kind of blend out and clean up this outer corner. Okay, I definitely think this look calls for some brown liquid liner, so I'm going in with my Annabelle Eye Ink, still using this one. I think at the end of this year I'm gonna need to probably retire this because I've been using it for probably way too long, but it is still going strong. How long do you keep your liquid eyeliner, specifically felt tip ones? Because, I don't know, maybe I should be more strict about retiring them like I do mascaras after 6 months. But usually I just keep them until they run out or until I feel like it's just been way too long. And for setting spray, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray because I feel like I could use some airbrush magic. Oh my god, I just sprayed that directly onto my head. Then the mascara I'm using today is the 100% Pure Fruit Pigmented Mascara. This one I'm retiring at the end of this week, so I'm trying to use it as much as possible before then. I think on the lips I want to do the brown lip oil from Say. So I am going to just line my lips really quickly with the Kokie lip liner in Nude. That is so fun. I love that color, especially because I sometimes find brown, like opaque brown lip colors can look a little bit weird on me. So just the nice sheer wash of brown I think is perfect. I love it. Honestly, I'm not loving this look, you guys. I think it's the base that just threw everything off. I don't know, maybe my feelings are changing on this ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. This was my holy grail for the longest time, and I actually repurchased it. This is my second bottle of this, but I just feel like my whole base looks kind of weird. So I'm going to keep playing with it, keep experimenting. But other than that, I do like the eye look and lip, and the combination of those two I think is really pretty. So I am very excited to keep playing with all these products throughout the next month. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do also have a Patreon and a channel membership if you are interested in supporting my channel even further. I will have them both linked below. And a huge shout out to all of my current patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!